that game.
No, they had an 11-point lead at that point. They had an 11-point lead at the half. They had a 5-point lead going into the fourth quarter. Now, unless Marcus Smart was going to guard Joel Embiid and keep him from getting 37 and 22, no.
Maybe he could have guarded Jimmy Butler, but go ahead.
But Tobias Harris got it going. I mean,
he did.
The thing is, with Skip, no, he did not cost them the game, and I felt that the Sixers are the better team. I feel that if they played their best, the Sixers played their best, and all the other teams in the East, the Sixers are the best. And when you look at it with Joel, because they have something nobody else has. 7'1.5", 7'2", 300 pounds, Joel Embiid. He's unstoppable. He said after, I'm the most unstoppable player in the NBA. And he is. The only person that can stop Joel Embiid is Joel Embiid when he starts jacking up threes. Now, that's how you stop him, Skip. But on the block, got no answer. Because if they start, everybody wants to start making a run, they can put him down on the block, and you got no answer for him. They keep talking about Al Horford does the best job. Al Horford can't see this kid. He's too big. Now, what Al tries to do is bring him away from the basket, try to put some moves on him, tire him out like that, but they forgot that Joel Embiid took the previous night off. So he was rested, gave him 41 minutes. But Marcus Smart didn't cost him the game. But what Marcus Smart might do, it might cost him a series. Because you do this in the playoff, not only are you going to get thrown out that game, you might get suspended for the next game.
True.
So that might cost them a game. But Marcus Smart being thrown out of this game, Skip, I don't believe it cost the Celtics this victory. The Celtics couldn't make a shot in the fourth quarter. Kyrie had it going. The first three quarters, Kyrie was cooking.
He was.
And then in the fourth quarter, he couldn't buy a bucket. And I don't know if anybody noticed it, Skip, but Jason Tatum been disappearing. That show that you went to see in Vegas, was Jason Tatum performing? Was he Chris Angel?
Penn and Teller.
Yeah, because
he disappeared in the act. He went up on stage and we didn't see him anymore.
Well, he disappeared in the last couple of games.
Yeah. You know what I saw, my big picture takeaway before I get to Marcus Smart, because that was part and parcel of what I saw last night? I think there was a changing of the guard last night between these two teams. The last 6 close games they had played against each other, obviously dating back, the Celtics had won all 6 of them, in large part because Kyrie would just say, I got this. Right. Or Jason Tatum would say, I got this. Or Al Horford say, I got this. They just thought psychologically they had Philly's number until last night. And it started to unravel to me early in the third quarter when Marcus Smart, look, I love him. I love his physical toughness. I love his mental toughness. I just like you're right, his energy. I just like his intensity. He plays hard, man. He gave them their defensive identity over the last couple of years because it started with him. He was the flashpoint of the defense because he gets up into people. He can get up into James Harden and frustrate him. Yep. So think about what we just saw, and we keep seeing the tape of it. He lost his poise. He lost his focus. He basically lost his mind because he got frustrated. He'd gone for a pass and they got tangled up and he was called for a foul. And then Joel got him back and
got him with the help.
He caught him. Yeah. He got him. But how do you respond to that? Because Joel just walked away. He turned his back and walked away. And I don't think he said anything. I couldn't see anything. Yeah. And what did Marcus Smart do? Remember, he's 6 feet 4 inches tall. The other guy's whatever he is, 7'1",
7'2".
Okay. And Marcus charges him from the blind side and shoves him, 2-hand shoves him. And did Joel add a little to it, a little flop to it? Probably he did. Did he exaggerate his fall? Yeah, he probably did. Yeah. He tumbled. And he called it after the game a cheap shot because it was a cheap shot on the part of Marcus Smart. Because what you want Marcus to do in that situation is if you want to confront, go get in his face and confront him. Yeah. Sure. Tell him about it.
Hey, Joel, do that again. Yeah. And then shove him when he faces him.
But go face him, right? Even though you'd be looking up at him. But go face him because this proves nothing. It solves nothing. It just gets you in hot water. It gets you ejected because it's an ejection move. It's just like automatic. You're going to be gone in today's NBA, not in the old NBA, but in today, you're out.
What's good? First of all, in the old NBA, he had pushed somebody down like that and come back slugging. Exactly.
And you're going to trade punches before they break it up.
Exactly.
Okay, but that's not going to happen anymore. So he knows he's a smart kid. He has high basketball IQ. You're gone. You're going to give yourself up right there. Is it going to help any? Is it going to send a psychological message to Philly that you ain't backing down? Well,
Man, Marcus Smart don't play.
Okay.
Man, you see Marcus Smart push Joel Embiid?
Well, he pushed him from behind. He blindsided him, which proves nothing. It doesn't get you anywhere. So could they have used him down the stretch to defend? Yes. Well, sure they could have. What did they give up in the fourth? They gave up 33 points in the fourth quarter. Mm-hmm. That's not Boston Celtics basketball, right?
Nope.
And now to my man, Kyrie. This is why I think two teams are troubled internally right now. Kevin Durant's got 1 foot out the door in Golden State, and Kyrie clearly has 1 foot out the door in Boston. The team knows it, and the team doesn't love it. So you lose a little bit of unity. Okay. You lose a little bit of fourth quarter trust in each other. You know, it's deep what's going on. The psychological connection that you have with your teammates. Obviously, that Celtics team down the stretch last year without Kyrie and without Gordon Hayward, they were connected, man. They were together. They were unified. They all knew their roles. Now it's like, okay, Kyrie, I guess it's your turn. You're on, right?
Right.
And as you said, 1 for 6. And Jimmy Butler, I argued with my friend Chris Broussard on this show when it came down, you know, when it was back in, when was it? November, when he was traded for.
Yeah.
And Chris Broussard said, boy, that's going to be tough on Philly because Jimmy Butler's caused problems in his previous 2 stops, Chicago and Minnesota.
Yes.
Okay, is he causing problems in Philly? Well, there's been a little bit of clash with Joel, who gets the most touches.
Right.
But what you have now is you have a bona fide closer.
Yeah.
You have clutch closer.
Yeah.
And what happened last night in the fourth quarter is that Jimmy Butler closed a lot better than Kyrie closed.
Yeah.
Because Kyrie, I've always said, is the best closer in the game.
Right.
Well, last night, for whatever reason, he wasn't. He did get a step on Joel, and I thought he had him, and Joel just wheeled and
blocked it with his left hand.
Blocked it with his left hand, and it was such an athletic move for a 7-1 or whatever he is.
That's
right?
unbelievable, Skip.
It's unbelievable.
And you look at Jimmy Butler was phenomenal in the fourth quarter.
Hey, listen.
Those big threes at the start.
I'm going to, real quick, so he hits one with 8:40 to cut it to 6 when it looked like they were about to teeter and go down. And then 5:31, he cuts it to 3 with the 3. And then 5:05, he tied it with the 3. And then what's he do with 5.5 seconds left? Dagger, 2-point jump shot, right?
You got a guy that's a big shot taker and a big shot maker
in
the most dire of circumstances. Skip, he lost the ball. The ball almost went out of bounds because he tried to make
I thought he had lost it. Yep.
And then he comes back, and so that's what you have. You have a guy that can hit big shots. Tobias Harris can make threes. You got J.J. Redick can make threes. Ben Simmons.
Seriously, is there a better starting 5 than the starting 5? I don't think so.
No. And the thing is that Redick and Ben Simmons didn't have a great night last night. Skip, he only shot the ball 9 times.
Yeah, he's almost becoming like a cog in the wheel. Like he's just another guy, but he's a 6'11" guy.
But he's a triple-double machine waiting to happen.
Yeah.
And he got the 3. They got the and one, and he made the free throw on top of it.
That was a big play.
Big time.
Yeah.
They're going to be to deal with. But I don't believe Marcus Smart cost them the game. It was a dumb play, and you have to be mindful of those things, especially in the playoffs.
It's not a championship team play. That's what it's not. It's just one of those plays where you say, what are you doing? It's like a bad team play where it gets you nowhere, and you're better than that. As volatile as he can be, as emotional. He's not a high technical foul guy. He's not up there with Russ and KD and those guys. He doesn't do that. So usually he would pick his spot and make his statement a little better with a face-up instead of just a cheap shotty sort of push from behind.
Do him like Joel got him. Yeah. Make it look like he was trying to set a pick, and you catch him with a bow. That's all you got to do. Hey, you can do. That's what Joel Embiid did to him.
Yeah.
But Skip, here's the thing. I got a question for you. You know, last year and started this season, everybody, Jason Tatum. Oh, in any package that somebody wants to trade with Boston, they're going to want Jason Tatum. They still feel like that now? They still the difference between Kyle Kuzma and Jason Tatum. Kyle Kuzma not even close. Brandon Ingram, you still feel that way?
Well, lately Kyle Kuzma hasn't been close because he hasn't been any better than Jason Tatum has been.
Yeah, Jason Tatum been averaging about 13 over the last 5-6 games.
Okay, all right. So Boston isn't Boston, but it feels troubled to me. It feels like it's all out of whack internally.
Well, the difference is Kuzma can play without the ball because he can catch and shoot. Jason Tatum last year, he played well in that role with no Kyrie because he had the ball.
Beautiful.
And you mentioned those games that they were behind 17 at game 3, and they came all the way back on Philly's home court. So we're gonna see this thing gonna get very, very interesting.
So I think we do agree on one point, that Joel Embiid is the most unstoppable force in the NBA. And I'm throwing in both ends of the court.
Yeah.
You know, because he can defend at a high level. He only gets in his own way sometimes. Right. He gets a little too full of himself.
Nobody else, because here's the thing, Skip. Nobody else has this package.
Nope.
Nobody else 7+. Nobody else is 300 pounds. He could, like I said, he can shoot the three. He can back it down. Look, no, you can't stop this. Unless he feels like he's Steph Curry or James Harden, and one night he wants to get up 13, 14 threes, and he doesn't play around the rim. But when he puts his back to the rim, Skip, he got skills. He put the ball over, and he can just get to the easy, effortless.
He was just bouncing Horford off him like he's a little guy. And he's not a big guy.
Right. But come on, Skip. 300 versus 255, 260.
Yeah.
It's not the same. Did you guys like his post-game interview, too? How he listed off 1, 2, 3 of 1, I'm glad we won. 2, I'm the best defensive player. And 3, I'm the most unstoppable player in the league. Like, he mapped it out for us.
He already knew what was going to happen.
Clear message.
But I think they need to get those reporters, Skip, they need to get them some apple crates. Because he was up.
I know. I was thinking about that.
He was damn near on one knee.
But I think he was just tired.
No. He couldn't do an interview standing up. I mean, she'd have had the microphone.
She's about my height, I think. I don't think she's that short. I feel like
she's
wasn't
not,
that.
She's not as tall as you.
Really?
No. Jenny, he's 7'2". She's 5'.
It did look a little awkward.
She gonna have the mic up here like this here. Hey, Joel Embiid, tell us about the game.
That's why I always enjoyed covering basketball, because I could just wear whatever shoes I wanted.
Oh, yeah.
But,
But not when you do Oklahoma football games when somebody was the quarterback. We ain't call no names.
Yeah, that's it.
Really?
We ain't call no names. We ain't call no names.
Wait,
I ain't call no
are you
names.
talking about the first pick in the draft?
I ain't called no names.
I couldn't wear
Which
heels
year?
for those games, Skip.
Back
to back.
Couldn't do it.
Jenny out there in the
Can you
Uggs.
believe the University of Oklahoma could have back-to-back first picks in the draft?
And you
How
got
is that
back-to-back.
possible?
Jenny, how you get back-to-back first pick at quarterback position and no titles?
It's interesting.
How they happen, Skip?
Well, Hollywood Brown's going to go
Don't do
middle of
that.
the first round.
Don't do
He
that.
was not available
Oh, so now you gonna blame
against
No.
Alabama.
Love
Oklahoma
that
would have
kid.
beaten Alabama.
Love that kid.
Yeah.